They are already going towards the seaside. There is a Cypher waiting there. We all know that they usually do this God Particles, but one tap God's giving away a lot of sound, and it's actually a double fake yet again. They're running back towards it, and one tap God's been tapped away. And KnightRider slowly creeping up while he faces one, dashes into the side. He's gonna be stunned. He's in a difficult position, but ScarGod covers him up, and that is the A side taken control of.
Oof, so patient. These attackers really know what they're doing. Master tried to swing through the timing.
Oh!
And RelliK is actually hitting all his shots, but he's spoiled and 218 has been made. The spike plant will come through in just a few seconds, but Logistaa was trying to go for a look, and he will be discovered. No problem, at least he got the spike down, and in a 3v5, it doesn't really matter if these guys win the round or not. They have the economic momentum, and very soon they might have all the kills, but the flash is the perfect. True Rippers are able to destroy these attackers and Garage respectively, so maybe God Particles hope to get a couple of picks over here and then fall back, but they won't be getting any picks. In fact, they will be just trading. KnightRider is still very keen on pursuing, but he overextends, and now one tap God shines like a diamond. So precise, he strikes twice, could be a third one, but Shivi puts him out of his misery. 2v2, he's cleared out the seaside and he's discovered Master as well, but that's not where the spike is headed. In fact, the spike is going towards the A side.
Master wanted to put out in his fault line, but waits for information. They have spotted one. The recon is probably going to be giving off position of another. No, now they've cleared off the entire front side. They know there's nobody there. And while that Nano Swarm has been triggered a little too early, that does give them time to reposition, and you can see it. Shot out towards shot, another recon from the opponent. They want to get this information as to who's coming further and who's going to be defusing, but it doesn't need it. But RelliK immediately pulls it back. Here goes the rolling thunder, but RelliK is unmatched towards Garage at least, while ScarGod does take him out from C-Long. Paradox is here to try and hold down the side. Master comes to the support, and there's the spike falling down in a 1v3. Is left alone EmbeR, and he walks straight into the crosshair of Master.
So this could have been a little different. Oh my lord, that's an easy kill, and the spike down too. Bonus frags for everybody over here as two Rippers continue the momentum. And now one tap God just wants to toy with the screen.
Oh, that was really close. He wants to go for the tag so he can try and get a wallbang kill, but he only tags the Killjoy, not Shivi, who's still on top of the boxes over there, trying to find some free frags, but there's Logistaa getting one for himself. One tap God not going to be able to match the reflexes of Logistaa. There's an operator that could be picked up, but there it is. The support that one tap God needed comes in a little bit late. Uneconomical damage of swords, and ScarGod could be doing more of it. Operator and know where it was. The minute they found it out, they're going to run away. But here comes a rolling thunder to try and stop things. Yeah, both ways. It's a little difficult right now for the attackers. Thanks to the defense. Oh my god. That is a little too reckless for their own good, and while all four players were detained, that's not too good. Here's Paradox, he taps down 2, and that brings to a 4v2 to a 2v2 suddenly, but still not easy. But Paradox tries to make the best out of it he can. Of course Shivi's gonna run away. There's no need for him to take this fight, but eventually survive, and he will. But Shivi, such awareness about his surroundings, gets him a free kill. Here's one tap God trying to survive and keep the round intact for his team while he spots one. Shivi is going to be able to jump away to safety. It's a 3v3 still. Recon. This post plant is a little difficult for two Rippers to execute.
And even if they try to go in, there's just so much utility in the way. Just buying time with the fault lines. Finally, one tap God makes a dash for it, but he can't stick it. Has to go for the fights, and he's not winning them. Master isolated, will be exterminated. He's about to get the kill. KnightRider so deep inside Garage, but this all can be undone by Paradox. They finally check him, and the spray transfer is perfect.
Well, he gets the max he can out of that situation. He could have gotten more if the breach hadn't checked him over there. ScarGod was aware of the possibility, but still, 2 kills given away, and now it's on to Master and one tap God. And while Logista's on the perfect angle to deny both of these players, I'm not quite sure whether they're going to check this. Master does look in the right direction, but unaware of which off angle it's going to be. One tap God dashes in towards his own death, a little too reckless.
At least help RelliK escape from that tricky situation, but the cover landed a little too late. But Paradox is landing all his shots. Only 25 HP left, but he needs only a bullet worth to do his dirty deeds. One tap God on the back lines. They are aware about him. The timing, it was just nearly there. He could have gotten away with the kill on ScarGod. but whatever he can't do, Master will definitely pick up the pace for it. And they are assassinating them. Logistaa left all by himself, knows exactly where his nemesis is, knows what he needs to do, but the spike being dropped over here puts his spirits in the dumpster. No peaks left, no flashes remaining. It's gonna have to be contact and Master. And Crosshair, he's not playing anywhere close to this, but RelliK, he still gets taken down by KnightRider. He's such a good trade, but the flashes are perfect from Master, engaging all by himself. EmbeR shuts him down for the overextension. Paradox trying to just nail KnightRider back. And he has been sent back towards a lobby where Paradox is ready, lying in wait, but KnightRider wins the duel. Now he has a lot of options. Does he continue going towards A? Or does he fall back towards C? If he continues going here, this is going to be a very tricky one. Little does he know that there's two defenders waiting for him.
Oh wow, the timing.
I know.
It's so unfortunate. Whoa!
To his teammates to come back him up, but he's given up on A long already. In fact, he bolsters a shot instead so that there's some presence, hoping to deny the postman positions from the side of True Rippers over here, and the timing is perfect. Shivi tries to take up this duel, wins it as well, buying more space for his teammates, but he needs backup and he needs it now. It's not arriving. Crosshair holding them back. EmbeR picking up the pace and the pieces, and Master is left with very little HP. The clutch from EmbeR, absolutely phenomenal.
Depend on one tap, got to try and find the opening. Here he goes, but he's been covered. KnightRider's holding the perfect crossfire with his teammate. Will not allow anybody to run towards Shivi's back. And here's Paradox trying to be the lurker that he can. Moves out of the smoke, and RelliK is part of one more. And they have made this round a little pricey, but not too pricey.
Instead, they are letting True Rippers walk into the C side with C Long still under the control. Just stop peeking out with a triple like that. It's fallen apart right here, right now.
Kargod is trying to clear out angles. There's a smoke fuse they're hiding in. There's KnightRider being detected, but it doesn't even matter. He's got a free kill through the smoke, and while Paradox did have a weapon to work with, there were just too many opponents to worry about. RelliK to be in this corner.
Yeah, but even after the expectations, one tap God's got the early kill. That too on the breach, so they can't hold them back. Just down to KnightRider and his hopping. And he's already got too many targets to deal with. One tap God flies by, gets behind him. No way to deny him any more frags. And it's just Shivi left. Might as well go for the save. Yeah.
And Crosshair peeks out. There's the kill, and there is the ultimate coming as well. He's done.
And with that, here comes the Rolling Thunder. But because the Rolling Thunder has been committed this early, Shivi's Hunter's Fury holding him back. Another Hunter's Fury by the other side as well. This is just a battle of the ultimates, and now they're all swinging in wide. Trades going down left, right, and center. And a backstab from KnightRider already in the works. Can he get there quickly enough? The AWP can be devastating. Crosshair dealt with. No C-long postman positions available. They have to plant somewhere in the site and then play from garage. And even that's not possible because Shivi's holding this one, but they're isolated. While God Particles might have the angles, they don't have trading potential, but KnightRider has the frag, and Shivi doesn't even need a line of sight.
He's waiting for it. True Rippers need to be very careful here. They get stunned, they've got nowhere to run either. And while Crosshair has jumped in towards the side, he's still got Skargod to worry about. The Rolling Thunder has got one player, but it doesn't matter. Skargod's playing around with the smokes. He's got a backstab in the very close-cut corner on the B side, and while KnightRider and EmbeR coming with a bigger backstab, this has just been a cat and mouse chase across both sides, and they're constantly switching roles between each other.
Exactly. I mean, prevailing for True Rippers, he has to go for the plant with 6 seconds left. Goes for the commit and KnightRider dodge and C side. So could be a massive deterrent, but it's been mostly destroyed. One tap God. You destroy my Killjoy traps, I destroy your head. That's what EmbeR says, and he is so just get out, man. You can't get away with so many frags, and
It's
Crosshair finally getting the refrag on him, but it's too late. What does RelliK do now? Probably take his hat off and find some information, but all of that is relying on him being able to isolate these 1v1s. A very difficult feat to pull off, especially when you've got Skargod against you.
Reached the top of A Rams. Hold on, Paradox is not at all prepared for this. Luckily, Crosshair was there to trade him out, but that fake has been sold. There's more contact towards B, but the spike is all the way in T-spawn, and the members of God Particles are deep inside Nail as well. They have so many places in control, but one tap God is able to get at least one of those places off the checklist. Now he's holding on all by himself. No backup available. He's getting triple peaked. So he has no more time written in his clock. But at least he bought enough time to let Master come through over here and still neutralize the man advantage for his team. Plant hasn't gone down yet, and given the way that God Particles are presently positioned, they might not even get to plant, and his back gets revealed. EmbeR gets betrayed by his own smoke.
Oh, wow. Okay. God, this time. Oh boy, that was a double peek, and he does not dash in correctly. But that flash is brilliant for Master. Good to get him one, but no more. And Paradox with the judge is very, very dangerous in this position. And while he knows that Logista's on the other side of this smoke, he patiently waits. He's covered from B Heaven, but Shivi's taking care of his teammate who was looking for his teammate out. Oh no, Paradox! No, that's so weird. They just exchanged positions after so long. The timing on that is literally the most impeccable thing I've ever seen.
I know if he stayed over there for one more second, he would have been shot down by the B Heaven players. But then he also ran past that poor Killjoy. Exactly, I expected more people to peek on the back of that flash, but my goodness, Master finds a tiny off angle from the vent room and he takes down 3. That's the spike dropped in the middle of no man's territory. So EmbeR and KnightRider can do whatever they want on the A side. It's gonna be it's not gonna be irrelevant at all. But still towards the bottom of ramps, and with this he can probably get a sneaky kill onto one tap god and Master. It's all gonna boil down to the spike carrier, and they are trapped below heaven. Scar God is the only person who can save them, and he needs to deliver, otherwise this round will fall apart, and it has. Shivi might as well just bid goodbye, bid adieu, because Paradox will collect whatever is due by time. He has no backup, so he can just hope to do as much damage as possible, but when they triple peek him like that, nothing's gonna happen. Seek is committed, one tap god trying to do all he can, but he doesn't need to go anywhere else. He can chase, he can sit down quietly, wait for his teammates to arrive later on, and then retake as a team. Hold on, forget about the retake. One tap god is showing us the circus tricks. Jumps down and he might have just gone for the knife. The actual melee one, not his blade storm. And True Rippers, nowhere yet to be seen.
Yeah, and this is a very weird round actually. They're committed.
Very weird.
B. They had the A side open all for themselves, and this is just a mess up that's waiting to happen for God Particles. I don't know why they've done this, but this has happened the way it has. And with that grenade being put down, there's time being wasted. KnightRider being the one anomaly that they need to worry about. The plant will go down, but Logista's there to cover up for any sort of pushes. And RelliK is left in a 1v3 that honestly God Particles should have never been on the upper hand of. Given that their round went in such a weird way. While one tap God is stuck in this corner, he gets a free kill and runs away with it himself.
Yeah, and I have a prediction to make. Both Paradox and his teammates are going to continue pressuring A main and B main, playing aggressively towards the extremities of the map, because they need to do that. If they don't, God Particles will be able to sell even more fakes. So they would much rather give up mid rather than give up the extremities. Time being bought by Master. Wonderful spray as he connects 2 of them. Just Logistaa left, and RelliK shoots him through the tiny gap in the cyber cage. He's able to hear all these footsteps. Got the perfect elevation, and the cyber cage provides him the cover he needs. Still, perforation of bullets, bit too much for him to stay healthy. One tap god also only good for 1, but look at this. Is he seriously pushing through that nanoswarm? The position on Scar God is incredible. And the stun also is perfect. He read this like a book.
One tap god's been hitting his shots pretty well, and he gets another one on the back of it. And while Shivi has got the spike, it's still a 3v4 that favors the defenders. And Logistaa, as much as he's trying to sell a fake, maybe get some sort of value towards the B side, EmbeR's already given away his life.
4v2, what can you do? Definitely not give one tap god a chance to break through. But does he break the bones? He finds the timing and the spike. And there you go, the jig is up. Logistaa climbing onto that box. Thought he had the elevation, but one tap.
RelliK actually gets blinded. That was very far away from his usual place, but he still gets completely blinded. And there's one-on-one trades going back and forth. 4 versus 3. EmbeR's pretty damn low, but it is still in control of God Particles. Logistaa gets 1. Scar God adds on to that. And while one tap God is looking for some sort of rejuvenation with his blade, he's gonna get tapped out of existence.
With the flashes and the cabbages, and now KnightRider in a battle of jets. One tap God showing us exactly why this could be an anime battle. But while that's happening, Shivi has snuck past, getting the spike in towards vents and moving into ramps along with his fellow Omen. Over here, at least drop the spike and then go. If you drop it over here, there's no way for your Omen to recover it. but he doesn't need to recover. Shivi taking matters into his own hands, and RelliK taking his head off back of Ramps instead. He's got too many places to fight. Now he's kind of confused. Somehow, amidst all this chaos, KnightRider goes undetected, so he's able to get at least one, but that doesn't really change things. TrueRipper is still very much in cruise control.
Bot coming back.
Paradox going out for a duel on towards A Heaven. Wins it almost effortlessly and wins the next one as
That
well.
could be potent though. 3 defenders ready over here. And KnightRider is definitely potent, as strong as poison, burning them alive as they move in, and even EmbeR with the classic. They're actually making this work. You're correct, Universe. A miraculous Thrifty is here indeed, and RelliK could have had the perfect backstab, but the turret detects him. Still gets a kill onto ScarGod, but that's okay because his teammates have recovered the weapons.
Possible given their number, but can they pull it off with RelliK in this corner? He's been tagged down, he's been taken out as well. A weapon retrieve, that's 2 to work with. We've actually got 3, forgive me. And now, Paradox, he needs to try and line a couple of them up. He will get all of them! They all pop out one after the other. Do not need that.
It's recency bias, isn't it? The one who's winning more recently is the one who's got the edge. And KnightRider, he doesn't just have the edge, he has raised the sharp edge with blinding aim, and one tap God hits even harder. This is perfect. TrueRippers trading blow for blow, equalizing the situation, but ScarGod continues to spray while one tap God wide swings at the worst time, walking into his crosshair like that. Master has to go ahead and make things on his own, but alone, engaging over there along with no one else, while the spike is all the way down at the bottom of mid. This kind of seemed like a disc in this position, while his teammates are drawing the attention from the op. Are you serious? Still dinks him.
Wait, how is that not a kill is my question, but this is a beautiful kill. And while Paradox jumps and frolics across mid,
Hit the A side because they spotted so many over there. Lack of numbers, and EmbeR gets away with that teleport, but not able to get the frag. One tap God finally in the air, acting like an attack helicopter, but it will be shot down. No anti-air missiles required over here. It's just the Phantom. KnightRider already deep inside, and he is able to utilize that.
and that's exactly why he's playing this safe. He throws it down towards his own spawn region, and here Shivi pushing out, gets a good kill. RelliK to trade it off. A lot of trade kills coming through, and the lockdown has been taken care of. Logistaa could have maybe waited a couple more seconds, but this is a 4v2 that TrueRippers have forced their way into, thankfully. Make that a 3v2. ScarGod says he's got stuff to say here, and he does have a rolling thunder with a loud roar.
He's not even holding any aggressive angles, and Crosshair is already dead. Now poor Master isolated, but both of them are flashed. Master still comes out on top. RelliK now making his way inside. He needs to hurry, and he doesn't even need to show up. Stay alive towards back of sight. Paradox now finally dealt with, but that's okay. EmbeR is making things good. 2v2, and Master and Crosshair starting to hit their shots as well. KnightRider forced back towards Pillar, and Shivi is blind as a bat still hits the shot. How is this possible? I don't know what's your definition of smooth sailing, but rough seas are something that I don't like. Paradox likes rough frags. Trading with his teammates, getting control of Mail, but the smoke has dissipated, so he's safe. He's already made its way towards B Heaven. EmbeR doesn't get flashed. Knows there's at least one in B main and many more in B Heaven, but he continues to hold his ground. Good for one, but KnightRider has missed his shot. Another one, and Paradox finally delivering what he needed. RelliK with the final nail in the coffin. TrueRippers have made this comeback possible, and we are going to ascend.
Final round in the first game of the playoffs of the TEC Gauntlet season. We have an immediate start towards the B side, it looks like. And one tap God's already found a beautiful kill, pushing ahead with his teammate. Look at this push. They're just completely frolicking across. RelliK's found 2, and God particles have been shut out in a way that they did not expect. I have not seen, forgive me, till now, I did not see a single ounce of damage being done to anybody.
Spot them both out over there, but that doesn't really accomplish anything. Now Paradox, this is a big accomplishment. He's got a kill towards B, spots nobody over there. This is a confirmed A hit, and Crosshair goes undetected even through all that Sova utility, dealing so much damage, and one tap got collating them. That should have been on the highlight reel, but KnightRider, how do you recover from this? He's already lost most of his HP. The spike is all the way back towards the start of A main, and Paradox won't even let him recover that. He can't get the dart out of his body.
Which I'm not very confident about, and there it is being dropped.
instant death. They don't even let them recover the Phantom. Everyone's just swinging them. EmbeR though, swinging his Crosshair, connecting to their heads, and Master is trapped, about to get double peak. Can he transfer? No, he cannot. Momentum recovered by the side of God Particles. This could finally be a round they put on board, but RelliK will shut them down before they get a bit too hopeful. Shivy trapped, has to transition. He's got plenty of time to work with, so he can probably go for a kill first rather than going for the plant. But will he do that? TrueRippers are not ready to fight him. They know for a fact that Shivy will want to aggress first, and that's exactly while they will hope to double swing him. And they discover all his tactics. The Cosmic Divide buys a little space for KnightRider so he can hold these cheeky angles and get away with murder in cold blood. Finally, God Particles responding in kind, but time is available for TrueRippers. They just don't have the men. This suppression will detect that there's only one person. Oh no, wait, detect all three? I didn't know the radius was that big, but they don't know whether they're under hell or whether they're towards generators. They don't know what crossfires they're holding, so it doesn't really accomplish all that much. And KnightRider is still potent. Paradox and OneTap got hitting the shots for now, but he's gonna have to concede this. Much rather have to hold the op than take the L.
He has to save that operator. He knows that it's going to be more useful in the round to come. It's an aggressive push. It seems that was going to come through, but they're actually being pushed back thanks to the utility being thrown in by their opponents. Master and Paradox double up. And with that, they're immediately discouraged. Here comes OneTap God. What a beautiful execute.
One enemy remaining.
How is OneTap God allowed to, run in so quickly?
Things are not at all easy. Paradox getting away with murder and cold blood, so many discovered. With both the initiators playing on the B side, I'm kind of concerned about the lack of information on A, but it doesn't matter because those guys on TrueRippers have already swung towards B-Link, and now God Particles are about to get sandwiched unless KnightRider with brute force can liberate the one opening towards B main. Nah, not gonna happen. They get crunched so hard.
Small little angle differential, but still works for them. 5 versus 3, and RelliK, even though he was not ready for that duel, EmbeR could not connect his shot, and that's gonna mean almost certain doom for this round. Yet again, God Particles on the back end. Master knows where both these players are. Spots one, takes him down. No, it's gonna be OneTap God actually, but he does provide a dink in. And while OneTap God wants this final kill, Shivy's being cornered, Shivy's being destroyed.
They can go for the plant now, but there's barely any room left. Null command committed, so there's nothing that they can use to hold off the side of TrueRippers from retaking. They just have their aim and nothing else, no utility. KnightRider finally popping off. Oh, but it doesn't discover that corner player. It doesn't discover RelliK's position, and he's not even revealed his cards. He's playing it perfectly, getting all 3 frags. This is disastrous. Come on. How can the drone not detect him? And Paradox getting shit through the smoke. Bro, that's just not cool. That is straight up not cool. There's already a backstab from OneTap God. 30 seconds into the round, he has been taken over. So KnightRider kinda turns into a lurk for now, but Master will detect the lurk. At least the retake has fair chances. Oh my god, Paradox diving deep into generators. RelliK peeking from heaven. Runs out of bullets at the worst time, so at least it's manageable. But OneTap God still has their number. With this position, he can carry the spike and spot them as well. No dash, so it's a little bit awkward for him. He somehow still makes it through unharmed. Oh my god, the Cosmic Divide now helping OneTap God because he can jump without any sound cues. Scar God swings wide on it. Dancing around that Cosmic Divide. Still not detecting anything.
This post plant is really difficult. That shock dart is actually not going to touch anybody, but the second one might know. All he needs is his Odin. And while that turret is giving him a little bit trouble, still wary about his surroundings. Not as much though towards generator.
Oh my god, this change in pace. I love it. RelliK playing with the Hunter. Paradox also holding the cross. 2 for 2 traded, so this is an even blow. But now the problem is the spike is making its way towards B heaven, where Shivy already has control of B main. So planting is going to be incredibly difficult. Both these players from the side of TrueRippers have been cut off from each other, so there's no trading potential. This could finally be a round that God Particles take for themselves. But can Master pull off something off his own accord? Crosshair finding the duel against Shivy, wins that, and with that the plant is possible. No backup, but at least he's got a smoke, so with him knowing both of them coming in from B main, he can isolate them.
2v1. He's got a difficult situation. They almost line up for him. But unfortunately, all he has is a pistol that can tap 1 bullet at a time.
EmbeR's doing the best he can to hold them back so that backup can arrive, and it has arrived. 3 stack on the base side. Spike diving deep into generator, and in a second.
Wow, okay. Especially given that you just have Spectres, you peeking out like that is not the
On
best
mid,
of
yeah.
choices. Yeah. EmbeR blinded, could have taken out Paradox, almost did actually. Crosshair was in the right position, but KnightRider is gonna somehow sniggle his way out of that dangerous position, but Paradox is there to give him piece of his mind. 1 versus 5, Logistaa. The most he can get is 1 kill. What, he's got utility in front of him to get himself a free frag. And while he's completely covered up from both sides, he still manages to get 1 more frag before he goes down. 4 versus 4 it comes back to as Paradox has come to life. And 1 tap god. A reckless move, but it avoids him with 1 kill, but it also gives away his own life. 3 versus 3, retake comes in, a chaotic round. How is he gonna fare up further?
KnightRider has to peer above this height, looking all the way back towards Boathouse. Meanwhile, his teammates tried to liberate lane 1. Paradox not gonna let that happen, still holding on like a turret. And even the fragment holding them back. He's bought enough time for his teammates. Reconned out, revealing the positions. Both of them positioned towards lane 1, and the crossfires are potent from True Rippers. But EmbeR isolates the 1 Crosshair. Position discovered. Can he win the duel against KnightRider? The AWP, not the best weapon, but the Classic is better. They're still alive in this game, and they are kicking. The spike is traversed. They can go for the plant right now. Only RelliK is outside, and he teleports all the way back to safety. Oh, the moment he does that, ScarGod embraces him.
Well, another round for the side of God Particles could be coming in unless Master and Crosshair, they go out for the hunt, but a little too aggressive for their own good, it seems. They were not covered up from both sides.
And it's Shivy who's trapped over here. No backup is gonna come and save him, so he can most likely count himself as a dead man. The moment Paradox will throw his fragment down there, he is as good as dead, but hey, a double shock dart to deal with them. This Cosmic Divide could be a little bit of a deterrent because ScarGod has just bought enough space for himself as they all go walking in 1 by 1. It finally takes Master to put the killing spree to an end, and Paradox already deep inside 3 catches Logistaa off guard, and that's a brilliant thrifty.
Nothing, and KnightRider wants to make it now, but One Tap God says no, you get nothing. And with that kill, it could be the first nail in the coffin. That is called God Particles. Logistaa walks out of the smoke, spots out 1, spots out 2, gets 1 at the bare minimum, goes back into his smoke. He's trying to play with the shadows, but his teammate on the backup side is not going to be able to do anything. Shivy will get 1 kill, but after he's gone to the afterworld. 2 versus 3, this is it.
From the shadows towards the light, God Particles need to fight, but One Tap God bids him goodnight, and EmbeR has already clocked out. Oh my god, there's a myriad of utility heading towards him. The paranoia, the hunter's fury, everything. Throw everything but the kitchen sink at him and drown him in a pool of tears. True Rippers take this game.